Two-time NBA champion, four-time MVP, greatest shooter in the history of basketball. And right now, sitting on live television, he has one thing on his mind: Kevin Hart. Not a rival player, not a trade rumor, not a contract dispute. Kevin Hart. And what Steph Curry said next in front of millions of people was something Kevin Hart cannot take back, cannot respond to, and cannot recover from. Because Steph Curry looked into that camera and called Kevin Hart exactly what he is: a natural-born hater. Stay with me, because this is better than anything Kevin has ever put in a movie.
Okay, so I honestly feel like that Kevin is actually a natural-born hater. And I feel like he needs to just mind his business sometimes. Because if you look at what Kevin has done in the NBA, he's a multiple-time MVP and all that.
Oh, he is?
It gasses his head, Jennifer.
That's what it is.
Over and over again.
Okay.
It gasses his head, and it's like, bro, it's okay if you gotta stoop down so I can level up. You feel me, Kevin? Like, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into everything Steph said, you need to understand something. This was not a random attack. This was not Steph Curry waking up one morning and deciding to go after Kevin Hart for no reason. This has been building for a long time. Kevin Hart has made it a habit, a literal career habit, of going on every single show he can find and talking mess about NBA players. He shows up to all-star games. He plays in celebrity games. He sits courtside at playoff games. And every single time, without fail, Kevin Hart has an opinion about somebody's game, about somebody's performance, about somebody's career decisions. And when Kevin Hart came through and said that Steph Curry disappointed him at the All-Star game, that was the moment Steph decided he had heard enough. Because here is the thing about Kevin Hart that Steph pointed out perfectly. Kevin Hart is not an NBA player. Kevin Hart has never played professional basketball at any level. Kevin Hart is 5 feet 4 inches tall on a good day. And yet, Kevin Hart walks around like he has the authority to grade NBA performances. Like his opinion on what a multiple-time MVP should be doing on a basketball court actually matters. And Steph, calm, measured, two-time champion Steph Curry, sat on live television and said what needed to be said. Kevin Hart needs to mind his business sometimes.
I don't know what we need to do about that, but can I tell you what he said about your guy? Chai, he said at the All-Star game, you disappointed him in the game. What you think about that?
Okay, so I honestly feel like that Kevin is actually a natural-born hater. And I feel like
But Steph did not stop at calling Kevin a hater, because Kevin Hart, every single time he goes on a show, finds a way to talk about Steph Curry. So Steph decided, since we are on live television right now, let me return the favor. And what came next had the entire studio losing it. Steph Curry looked at the host and said, Kevin Hart is a lot shorter in person than anybody ever thinks. He is a little guy. And then the line that finished Kevin Hart completely: he was so short that he got cut off in our picture. Now, Kevin Hart has made a career out of his height. He jokes about it himself. He has built entire comedy specials around being short. But there is a difference between Kevin Hart joking about his own height and Steph Curry on live television casually mentioning that Kevin did not fit in the frame of their photo together. That is not a joke. That is a fact delivered with a smile. And the audience went crazy, because everyone who has ever watched Kevin Hart talk about NBA players like he has some authority over them finally got to see someone flip it around, calmly, cleanly, on live TV, with nowhere for Kevin to respond.
Here.
Kevin.
Yes, he was, and he loves you, but he had an opinion.
He's so short. Like, Kevin, no, because every time Kevin go on the show, he want to talk mess about me. So since we on live TV.
I didn't even get to it yet.
Kevin is a lot shorter in person than anybody ever thinks. He's a little guy.
He is pretty short.
Thank you.
He was so short that he got cut off in our picture.
Exactly.
But here is the part of this story that most people do not know. Because Steph Curry did not just talk about Kevin Hart on this show, he revealed something that Kevin Hart has been hoping nobody would bring up. Steph looked at the host and said, last year, Kevin and I had a 1 versus 1, and I cooked him. Now, Kevin Hart talks about basketball constantly. He is at every celebrity game, every All-Star weekend, every major NBA event. He carries himself like someone who actually has game. And Steph Curry, the greatest shooter alive, beat him 13-2 in a one-on-one game. And then Kevin Hart, the man who just said Steph disappointed him at the All-Star game, has been in his feelings about that loss ever since. Think about the timeline here. Kevin gets beaten 13-2 by Steph in a private one-on-one. Instead of accepting the loss and moving on, Kevin goes on every show he can find and starts criticizing Steph's all-star performance. A man who lost 13-2 is now the judge of a four-time MVP's performance. That is the definition of a hater. And Steph Curry, with perfect timing, on live television, in front of millions of people, told the whole world exactly what happened.
Yes! And last year this is top secret information that is actually out there online to you to go look at it. Kevin and I had a 1v1 and I cooked them.
I was wondering if y'all played one-on-one.
Yes, I cooked them. Yes, it was like 13-2 and I smoked them. And I just had
So he in his feelings about that.
Exactly, and I'm a two-time LBA champion.
You hit it? Y'all better
Come
apply.
on.
Now, some people watching this might say, this is just celebrity banter. Just two famous people joking around. And maybe that is part of it. But here is why this moment matters beyond just the jokes. Kevin Hart has built a side career out of inserting himself into the NBA world. He shows up, he performs, he entertains, and along the way, he has made it a habit of publicly criticizing players. Players who have dedicated their entire lives to their craft. Players who have put in thousands of hours of work to get where they are. And Kevin Hart, a comedian who plays celebrity basketball games for fun, acts like his opinion on their performance carries real weight. Steph Curry winning 13-2 in a one-on-one is not just a fun story. It is proof. Proof that the person talking the most is the person who actually knows the least about what it takes to play at that level. And Steph did not need to be mean about it. He did not need to go on a long rant. He just told the truth, calmly, on live television, with a smile. And Kevin Hart, who was not even in the room, got handled.
I've never seen something more original and fun than the Spirit Tunnel. That is the best thing. Like, for you to incorporate your behind the scenes people like that, it's beautiful, because my behind the scenes people like CB, like, he is annoying.
Here is where we land. Kevin Hart has been going on shows talking about NBA players for years. He criticized Steph Curry's all-star performance. He positioned himself as someone qualified to judge a four-time MVP. And Steph Curry on live television responded with three things. 1, Kevin Hart is a natural-born hater who needs to mind his business. 2, Kevin Hart is so short he got cut out of their picture together. 3, Steph beat Kevin 13-2 in a one-on-one, and Kevin has been in his feelings about it ever since. 3 facts, delivered calmly on live TV, with nowhere for Kevin to respond. And the beautiful thing about this moment, Kevin Hart built his whole persona around being untouchable, around being the funny guy who can say anything about anybody, around being the one who always gets the last word. And Steph Curry, without raising his voice, without getting angry, without even trying that hard, reminded everyone that some people talk about greatness, and some people just are it. Drop in the comments, do you think Kevin Hart is a hater, or is this just friendly competition?